Hey y'all, I want to show you an example of what forest improvement can do for deer forage and deer hunting where you hunt. One of the things we're working to do is put sunlight back on the ground to drive production of deer forage and cover. And that means for us removing a lot of surplus trees that we don't need, or non-native invasive trees. One of the tree species, and it's a native species that we're focusing on getting rid of, are sweet gums. These are sweet gum trees. It's a native tree, but we have too many of them. And we've spent a lot of time killing sweet gums to put sunlight back on the ground. This winter we came in here in this area along a road, part of an effort to daylight the shoulders of woods roads. And we cut down these sweet gum trees. We treated the stump with an herbicide to kill the tree. We don't want it to come back from the stump. And we put sunlight in this area. Now it's mid-May. I want you to look at what is already coming up in this one spot in the sunlight that we've made available. We've got ragweed. Ragweed is a high preference deer forage and very high quality. Yes, it might give you allergies in the fall, but deer love it. It is not something to get rid of. We've got honeysuckle. Honeysuckle is, again, high quality deer forage. There is Virginia creeper here. Virginia creeper is a native vine. It's moderate to high quality deer forage. We've got a lot of blackberry here. Blackberry, deer of course will eat the tips and the stems of blackberry and browse on that, and then like a lot of other wildlife, they'll eat the fruit as well. There's poison ivy here. Yes, deer eat poison ivy. You may not like it, but it is a moderate to high preference deer forage at certain times of year. Also, there's Greenbriar here. Again, a native vine, and again, a moderate to high preference deer forage and high quality deer food. So a lot of things and some other species here that are coming up that deer will eat, in addition to the ones that I just mentioned. Now, unfortunately, if you look in this scene, you're also going to see some species that we don't want here. There's Chinese privet coming up in here. We've got a problem with privet on this property. There's some kudzu vines in the area. There is Sericea lespedeza in this area. So we've got our work cut out for us, putting sunlight on the ground in many areas. Whatever the species are, you've got non-natives here also where you hunt that are going to come up. And once you put sunlight on the ground, you're going to have to work to control those to favor the forages that deer prefer. But again, look at the lesson. Just in general, we put sunlight here on the ground, and in very short time, just a couple of months, we've got a huge response here and high quality vegetation coming up in this area where we've added the sunlight. The species are going to be different where you hunt probably. You may not have sweet gum where you hunt, but what you have is trees that are overabundant, surplus trees that don't have any wildlife value that you can remove to put sunlight on the ground and produce forage and cover in the understory. You also have non-native invasive species. They may be different than what we have here that we're fighting, but you've got them where you hunt, I guarantee you. Learn those species, learn what they are, and learn how to get rid of them, and you'll be taking a huge step to improve habitat for deer where you hunt.